Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue Podcast. Hope you guys are well. Sorry again for the lack of content. The week prior I was in Queensland. Happy we beat the Hawks. But I suppose for mine, I was really looking forward to this game here against the Swans. Before we get into it though, DJ, Alright guys, again, hope you're well. Sorry again, as I said before, for the lack of content. I'll be making sure to keep the steam rolling and keep the train rolling and obviously get straight into it. But look, Freo won, right? We beat the Swans 86 points to 103. Now, going into this game here, I was confident would win. Why was I confident? I suppose for me, I took a bit out of the Hawks game, but I just thought, you know what? If what I'm reading is correct, then things are sort of clicking, right? So that game against the Lions, right, where we lost, unfortunately, I still thought there were some things that were, engaging, if you will. The midfield especially, things were rolling. And so obviously the Hawks game came, and obviously the Swans game came as well. So again, first and foremost, congrats to Freo. First back-to-back game, 100 points, I think, since 2016. And obviously first time won an SCG since 2011. So again, really big stats there. But in the bigger scheme of things, it was a desperate team, Freo, needing to win. And so 86 points to 103, 13-8 to the Swans, 16-7 to Freo, which is good to see. Again, I will say, though, this was probably the best game we've played this season in terms of our forward line. It was not only polished, but we were all working in sync. We were goaling. We saw the likes of Tracy emerge, and obviously Tracy's been a very he's been a player that I suppose has divided fans, I guess, right? Luke Jackson as well in patches there. Jai Amos, but what you saw was I suppose, let's just be honest, I'm going to call it the Twin Towers. But how good was it to see that Josh Tracy mark? That has to be in contention for Mark of the Year, in my opinion. But again, I just love the pressure that Freo put. Now, granted, there were 3 goals I was very annoyed with. Obviously, the last 2 goals, 4 actually. In the last quarter, there was the 2 goals, right? Especially the one when it was literally like 30 seconds to go, right? And the one prior to that the Swans gained. And the first goal that the Swans got in the first exchanges, the fourth quarter, when that Fife, I believe, marked the ball and obviously got pushed out and blah, blah, blah. And the last goal they got, too, again, after siren. So, Freo, I would argue and say that actually there was 4 goals that probably could have been prevented, to be fair with you. But nonetheless, you're going to take it. 17-point win, it is what it is. I thought Brayshaw was dynamic. And just going through the team stats here just quickly as well, Sean Darcy, again, continues to be immense for us, right? If it isn't goaling, it's winning hit-outs. It's just being there. It's executing. It's disposals. 18 disposals, right? 11 kicks. Sarong as well, again, was fantastic. 33 disposals. Hayden Young as well, sensational. 23 disposals. Again, some kicks as well. Brayshaw. Again, this is Luke Jackson as well. And just quickly to go into goals too. Lockie Schultz with 4 goals. Jackson with 3. Josh Tracy with 2. Freddie with 2. Amos with 2. It was virtually the complete forward line pack that we need. Right, we got the likes of Amos, as I mentioned before, Tracy, Jackson. That combination for me, if you stir it up a bit more, if you cook it just a little bit more, I think it's going to pay good dividends for us. And in saying that though, how good was it against F5 coming off the sub there? He just adds a bit of polish. He adds a little bit of polish. And I think it's good. I would even argue and say that Fife playing in little drips and drabs is probably more beneficial for us and probably for him too. Again, injury as well. Alex Pearce, I've got to congratulate him. There's been a lot of talk about Alex Pearce. As we all know, you guys know I'm probably not the biggest fan of him, particularly from the captaincy context. However, he had Buddy Franklin all night, didn't he? There was that little part there in the game where Buddy Franklin was going to go for goal right after marking it. Anyway, he marked it, quote-unquote marked it. And so Pearce obviously gives it to him for his kick at goal, and he decides to, I suppose he sees Luke Ryan, and he thinks, here we go, this is going to be easy for me. Little does he know, Alex Pearce right behind him, tackle, and obviously hand over. It was good to see. But no, honestly, generally speaking, though, from Alex Pearce, it was a good game. 7 disposals, 6 kicks, 1 handball, 3 marks, 2 tackles, and obviously that tackle there was a vital one too. So again, full credit to Alex Pearce, who again, look, it was his best game in my opinion, right? A game we can build on. Luke Ryan, come on. Luke Ryan is good. I don't need to say anymore. Caleb Strong, as I've touched on before. Brandon Walker. Look, these little naysayers, I suppose, when it comes to Brandon Walker, but I've always been a huge advocate for this dude. He continues to prove to me why I put all my I suppose my eggs in one basket for him, right? And he continues to just be that player. Against Pepley, right? Against Charlie Cameron, right? He's learning his craft, and he's going to be so good at what he does defensively. He and Michael Frederick, as I say before, those two are so vital for us from the speeding context. I don't even care if that's all they do, is have good fitness and run. But that's literally all what they have to do. And look, besides that too, obviously, the pressure, Brandon Walker's pressure. His speed, his stamina, his pressure, his positioning as well. Just some of the stats there as well, right? He had about nine disposals. He had 7 kicks, 2 handballs, as well as 3 marks. Good marks of that too. 1 tackle as well, right? Again, some stats there that are worth reading, in my opinion. Overall, though, I'd say, just to wind this up, this was collectively the best effort Fremantle have had. It was the best game we've had where I suppose all 3 departments, if you will, structures of the field were actually in tandem with each other. The backs, the mids, forwards, and they were all working together sensationally. It's a good win. It's a beautiful win, but it's a win where you hope that Freo can carry on with this momentum. Obviously, we have the Cats. Stay with me as I sort of touch on that in the next couple of videos. Probably either tomorrow, possibly, or the day after on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But again, I apologize for lack of content. I'll be back at it again, but I'm so happy Freo won. It's a good thing. And again, how good was it to see just the forward line working really well together? It's a preview, and I hope it's not just a preview. I hope it's just literally what's going to happen from now on. But again, good to see the defense there. Good game. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Take it easy. See you guys next time. And just remember, don't argue. Go the Dockers.